Probably the best thing I like about being a tattoo artist is actually being able to create artwork every day. The instant gratification of it, because you have to finish that tattoo. So I get to finish a lot of stuff to where if I was just a regular artist that could probably drag on for a while. Seeing the enjoyment on the client space when they're happy with their piece. A successful tattoo shop, in my opinion, should probably, be pretty steady. A good gathering of artists that they're pushing themselves. Not only to be better people person, but better artists in general. You definitely want to pump out good quality tattoo artwork. Have a good personality with your clientele. You want to have an open door policy where everybody feels welcome to come to the shop. And I think if you can get that combination, in my opinion, that's a successful tattoo shop. Me personally, for Studio Ink, I'm definitely pushing for a team effort. You know what I'm saying? Not only do I want, for me to be the best I can be as an artist, but I want everybody that works here to be the best.
I'm Chad Sinkhorn, and this is Studio Ink Tattoo.
My name is Cassidy Munster. I'm from San Diego, California, but I've lived in Kentucky for about 8 years now. I read about it in magazines, and I just couldn't imagine how it could be in Danville, so close to a small town where I was located. So I just figured I'd give it a try, and I've been a happy customer ever since. I came here to get a cover-up, and it was obviously a really hard job because it was a hard cover-up, and Shane Strout, that also works here, covered it up very nicely all the way out of my arm. So I was very pleased with that. I'm going to get a rabbit coming out of a magic hat. It's kind of an odd idea that you probably don't see every day, but that's exactly what I was going for. I wanted to have something with symbolism that you wouldn't think of right off the bat. How a magician pulls a rabbit out of a hat. You never know what's coming next, just like with life. probably describe it as having a sunburn and having somebody scratch the sunburn, honestly. But, I mean, it's not too bad. You get used to it, you know? But I actually, it's kind of like therapy to a certain extent for me. I actually enjoy the pain a little bit. My name's Cassidy. I just got the tattoo done, and I'm really happy with my work. I couldn't have picked a better piece or a better artist to do it. I'll definitely be back, of course. If it was my choice, I'd be back like almost every other day. I'd probably run out of steam pretty quick.
Oh, getting my first tattoo was nerve-wracking, to say the least. It was on a buddy of mine. I was doing like an apprenticeship at the time. I just started an apprenticeship, so my mentor was there. And I was a nervous wreck, man. My hands were shaking, and luckily it was on a good friend of mine that we grew up together, and it took me about 3.5 hours to do about a 45-minute tattoo. But it was a start. Yeah, I haven't covered up since. He actually won't let it. Yeah, he wants to keep it, so it's kind of cool, yeah. As far as like crazy experiences that I've witnessed over the years tattooing, I don't know that I can narrow it down to just one. I mean, the thing about being a tattoo artist has definitely opened my eyes and mind to a lot of stuff. Probably one of the craziest things, in the beginning was, one of my first clients that passed out on me. It definitely kind of freaked me out. People can, people can shock you sometimes. So, there's probably some stuff that I really can't say on film that I've probably witnessed. You just never know what's going to be around the corner in this business. That's for sure.
My name's Todd Barlow. I've been tattooing almost 7 years. I really enjoy coming to work and just hanging out with my friends. Well, if you would have asked me 10 years ago if I would have thought I would be tattooing, the answer would be absolutely no. I had no idea of wanting to tattoo, but just kind of getting a lot of tattoos, and I've had an art background, so just kind of fit in. I would say just the quality of artists that we have here. I really don't think it's available in this abundance, anywhere else in the state. We put out good tattoos. That's what we aim to do with good customer service.
Studio Ink because they're really clean and they're professional, and all the guys here are really cool. I think what sets Studio Ink apart from other tattoo studios is they're very professional, and they just have a wide range of artistry that just sets them apart from everybody else.
The process and keeping a clean shop is, just a day-to-day process. It's one of those things you learn when you're an apprentice. You learn to clean first before any kind of tattooing. So you automatically wipe everything down, keep it clean. All of our needles is single use. We get them pre-sterile, pre-packaged. We do the same thing, the same hospital sterilization that you get at a hospital. For someone that's getting a new tattoo is, just figure out what you want. I know that's easier, that's like a duh question, but there's a lot of people that we come across that they want to get tattooed, but they really don't have an idea what they want. So maybe kind of narrow down the idea. Even if a lot of people's like, well, I got ideas, but I can't put it on paper. Well, that's what we're here for. For someone who, really doesn't know anything about tattooing or Studio Ink, our shop in particular, they should expect to, be greeted and welcomed. We definitely, when people come in, hang out, feel comfortable, look at all the artwork that we have, look at the tattoos that were, portfolios that we're producing, talk to us, ask us questions. Like I said, we definitely want to try to keep open door policy here and make everybody feel welcomed, and that way, whether they're getting tattooed that day or it's a month then, they'll definitely feel comfortable coming back. I think I figured out that I want to be a tattoo artist probably within the first year of tattooing. I got introduced to it, and I seen some artists out there in the field that was doing actual artwork instead of just copying images off the wall. And you know, it really intrigued me. Once I finally got into a shop where I got a chance to actually do tattoos and make a little money at it, you know, I finally decided at that point, you know, that I was going to be a tattoo artist. You know, it's commonplace to see tattoos nowadays. You know, everybody has them. There's not the stigma that they used to have. Some stuff that's helped that is there's been better artists that come in the field that, you know, better quality tattoos. No, but in better, you know, business people that's got into tattooing, which is, you know, just made it a more reputable business than it used to be. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed stylistically in tattooing is just the quality of tattoos that you can achieve nowadays. I think it's kind of goes hand in hand with the equipment nowadays is a little bit refined, and you have, again, you know, more artists coming into the field. You got guys that's graduating art school getting into the tattoo field, and it's just pushing the limits. Nowadays, with the technology and the artistic skills, there's nothing that can be tattooed. Well, you know, luckily, over the past, I can't really think of one tattoo that sticks out that the client has been unhappy with. You know, there's been a couple of situations to where, you know, I've done a tattoo and they just decided that's not what they wanted for some reason, you know, down the road. But a lot of that is during the consultation process. You know, really, you want to figure out what they want. 90% of the time, you can eliminate that through the consultation. So knock on wood, I've not really had to experience much of that. I did have a client one time. It was a small tattoo, and it was I don't even remember what the tattoo was. But she was like, "Oh, just do whatever, make it colorful." And I was doing like a little drop shadow on it, and I did like a light purple as a drop shadow. It looked great, you know. When she went to look at the tattoo, she goes, I could tell on her face that something was wrong, and I was like, "Okay, what's going on?" You know, is it? And she was like, "Did you put purple there?" I was like, "Yeah." "Oh, I don't like purple. I don't like purple." I was like, you know, evidently purple was the worst color, so, you know, so. Luckily it was light enough, I just went there and tinted it and made it a different color. But that was probably the only time that I've got close to a client being shocked. Usually when somebody comes in for a tattoo and they give me an idea of what they want, which is usually what I tend to like to do. Basically, I have like a short consultation, try to get as much information out of them as possible. You know, placement where they're wanting their tattoo, which is a big part. If they're wanting like a color or black and gray. Just their overall feel of a tattoo. I usually go through some of my portfolio to show them examples of stuff we can do. You know, I can sit down, draw it up, go from there. You know, and it's one of those things that I've learned over time. You know, to kind of read people, and it comes easier for me than it used to years ago. You know, it seemed like I used to spend a whole lot more drawing time than now. But I guess just through experience that I've kind of just pick up on little things to make the tattoo turn out more what they imagine in their head. Pretty much letting them know that I got it. You know, I got them covered. You know, I will do whatever it takes, you know, to make their tattoo what they want. A lot of times, if you can relay that confidence to a client, they'll have trust in you and let you have a little more artistic freedom. Multiple artists that's been published in national and international magazines. You know, but I think with all that being said, I think the biggest achievement as a whole is, you know, just us having a good clientele, pumping out quality, you know, nice tattoos every day. You know, we're not just doing a couple of tattoos a month that are nice. You know, we're doing consistently good quality tattooing.